Just a quick show here of plants that are clearly adapted to grow in water. Not always the kind of plants you'd expect. So cattails may be familiar. These long linear leaves here are from the cattails. We can see some inflorescence of the reed canary grass. And then over here we've got a portion of open water. And so plants that are growing in here would have to deal with this open water. Sometimes you see open water as a temporary feature. For example, vernal pools or springtime pools sometimes are wet during the spring and then they dry up for the rest of the year. Not typically places there where you would find aquatic plants, but here we have plants that are going to be in water for the entire growing season. So they have to be adapted for that. And that also tells us about the habitat. If we find these plants here, this is going to be classified as a wetland habitat. So all the plants here, they might be classified as obligate wetland plants, meaning that species is only ever found in wetlands, or they might be found as facultative plants. We have some sometimes rather surprising plants that can grow out of water and also can survive and reproduce in water. Notice, of course, the flowers are above water, so they're reproducing while their roots are in water. Still quite a challenge for a plant. So here in the foreground, we've got an interesting plant. This is a buttercup. Moving over here, we've got one of our distinctive emergent wetland plants. This is a water plantain. And then maybe a little less familiar as a wetland plant, this is one of our willows. And willows come in male and female varieties. So this is a male plant showing you catkins of male flowers releasing their pollen, and there also in this population would be presumably some female plants that they could receive the pollen. A couple other interesting ones, some fully aquatic plants just in the water there. I might have to show you some other way to get these. I'm overextending myself right now. A couple plants are mixed in here. We have a duckweed, which is a flowering monocot. And then also in there, the ones that have the interesting dichotomous branching. Maybe another spot here. The dichotomous branching is a feature of a rather rare aquatic plant, or certainly a group of plants that are not typically aquatic, liverworts. So there's a, let me get one here. This is an aquatic liverwort on my index finger there. And of course, all these plants growing in the water would classify this as a wetland.